This is going to be their T series, and this is the 250 kilogram or 551 pound lifting hoist. But let's go over what you get. So when you open up the box, the very first thing you're going to see is this big blue chunk of metal here that has the cable in it. This is the heart of the unit. It's going to have the motor. It does have the steel cabling, which is going to be a 1/4-inch cable on this unit, the T series. And it has the plug-in spots. It has the spots where the controllers are going to go. It has your cable piece. Now, this piece is not going to be connected. It's going to be in the box. And all it is a little pin that goes straight through with a Carter pin on the other side. Basically, they call that pin like a sleeve. You slide it in, put the Carter pin in, and it locks onto the cable. And this piece that you see going around here is a safety shutoff system, so that when it raises up and this plate pushes against that, it is going to keep the system from overwinding and tearing up either your equipment or this whole unit. So it's a really nice safety feature. You're going to see you have 2 connectors here at the top. And this is another area where guys get confused. They see this here and they think, well, I can just hook that to a chain. This is really more designed for overhead pulling and lifting, I should say, not pulling. And this is really designed as a safety feature. So that is what that is for. So do not bypass this and just try to use this, and do not use just this and not your safety. That is what it's there for. Now, you are also going to get this, which is basically the sending unit here, which is going to control your controller, your hand controller that is attached to the system. And by the way, that has about a 26-foot cord, I believe, so you can go quite a ways away from it and control it. And they are also going to give you a remote. And they not only give you the remote, they give you the batteries. And you are simply going to unscrew the back and put the batteries in. The instructions are not real clear on this metal plate and how it attaches. You have to look really closely at the picture. Speaking of that, I'll go ahead and put a picture up above so that you can see what I'm talking about in the manual where this goes. But this will attach to the back of the unit, and you will the whole thing is attached to your controller. It has the 26-foot, but you have to take the metal piece, and it is going to go over here and simply screw in just like that. There we go. And it locks in place. So now your controller's up and ready to go. The unit is now ready to actually go put it on a steel beam and be able to start lifting things. So we're going to go do that. But there's a couple more things they give you that I want to go over. They also give you a lifting strap, which I think is really nice. The only problem I have with the lifting strap is I don't really know how much weight this strap can hold. I tried looking through the documentation and I didn't really see anything pointing to the number. But I'm assuming since this can lift 250 kilograms, which is about 551 pounds, that this should be rated to hopefully lift at least that. They also give you some nice gloves, and they go as far as even giving you a little toolkit, which has some pliers, some Allen heads, some screwdrivers, a razor knife. It even has a little tester, electrical tester. I think that's a really nice little kit. And by the way, guys, just so you know, this is a brushed system. So where this hangs, just like this up on the beam, on each side here, you have a spot to unscrew 2 screws. And they're kind of opposite of each other here. And you will pull a metal plate off and you can pull your brushes out. And they give you, right here, they give you an extra set of the carbon brushes. And I thought that was also really nice. So you can take these and put them in your toolbox or something and have it ready to go. If the unit starts feeling like it's skipping, it's not working right, it's, just sounding funny, it's usually because those brushes are wearing out. Do not replace just one brush. Don't pull them out and say, oh, well, this one looks worn, let me just put one in. Do both at the same time. And they also give you a nice little instruction manual that walks you through pretty much everything. Just pay close attention to the pictures. The diagrams will probably tell you more than pretty much anything else in here when it comes to just putting it together. So there's your manual, and they give you a really nice little warranty card here, then a thank you card. So it is rated at 110 horsepower, and this also has a duty cycle. So if you're not familiar with how a duty cycle works, it is going to be the amount of time that you can run it consistently within an hour. And then in that hour, how much time does it need to rest and cool down? This has a 25% duty cycle, meaning that if you take an hour and you break it into quarters, it's going to be 15 minutes. So you can run this 15 minutes non-stop, but then you need to let it cool for 45 minutes and then you can do it again. So this is not rated to go non-stop hour for hour. It has a 25% rating. And we're going to start lifting some things. So let's go do that. All right, we are now out in my workshop, and I have lots of equipment from a Harley sitting over here to all kinds of things, generators, things like that, that I'll be lifting parts up with this. Plus my welding table is going to go here, and my woodwork table is going to go here, so we can move all types of beams around, whether they are wood or metal. So I have this right now temporarily up here with a metal brace, have it hooked. I'll show you a close-up of that in a second, or probably up above. But one thing I want to point out, guys, this is my second attempt at making it work. You have to take the cord, and it has a little clip. You have to clip it onto this bottom, or it will pull itself loose, and you'll think you blew a fuse, and you did not. Now, we have two ways to control this. We can control it with the remote, which will go about 500 feet away. So if you're in a big warehouse area, it works great. Or this will go about 26 feet, and this is going to be the wired remote. Now, both of them work. This one, you actually hold it like this with the cord on top. It'll go up, go down. We are going to go ahead now and do it with this one, up and down. So what I'm going to do, just to show you how it actually lifts, now this will lift 550 pounds, but we are going to just put a little weight on it, about 35 pounds, and just see how it works. And also notice how quickly this thing drops. Very fast. So I'm just going to take and hook this onto the hook right now, just so that we can raise it. And we're going to go ahead and start raising it up. Here it comes. Right. Now notice when it gets here, it's going to hit the automatic stop, and when that engages, it will stop the whole unit so it doesn't damage your material or the unit. There it is. Now it is stopped. Back down. We're going to go up again, and it stops itself. So there you go, guys. Honestly, if I was going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give it 5 stars. Matter of fact, I'd give it 6 or 7 because it is so well made. The only drawback that I found on the whole unit was the instructions were just a little bit hard to follow. But if you'll spend a little time and read the diagrams, watch this video a couple of times, you'll have no problem at all getting this thing working. Remember, this is for